Welcome back, everybody, to another Digital Gate Studios production. This is a Basil favorite right here. This is one of your pet decks that you've loved for a long time.
Every now and then, I'll be entered in a regional, online or otherwise. And if it was long or stressful, let's say I didn't drop round 3, I made it the whole 8 or 9 rounds. That next Wednesday, I'm looking to unwind and play some honest to goodness Digimon. And almost always, this is the deck that I bring.
This is your for funsies.
This is the most. It's hard to say that it's the most fun deck in the game, but it is one of those decks that I just can't get away from.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was one of the first structure decks I ever got.
Yeah.
So it has a special place in my heart that way. And it's Ragnaloard.
Legend Arms.
I want to preface this. Every deck that I have brought to the channel is optimized to as the best of my ability.
Mm-hmm.
I try to find, the niche card picks that I think are good, what nobody has thought of, well-tested ratios.
Yeah, min-maxing.
That is not what this is.
Okay.
I think there are a lot of cards that could go in this deck that would make it better, but that's not what I'm here for.
Okay.
This is 50 Legend Arms cards, and that's what it is.
This is a tribal deck.
This is a tried and true tribal deck. And there are some things when you build them, you just have to commit.
Yep.
And that's what this is. And we're gonna jump right in to the Legend Arms Alliance.
Can you only guess what egg this is gonna be?
With obviously the best egg in the entire game is that Structure Deck 13 Scudamon.
Okay.
When you play a Legend Arms Digimon, by an effect, gain 1 memory.
Okay.
Memory Tama are some of the best cards in the game.
For sure.
And they're just now starting to print more of them. But they were really hard to come by for a while. There were only 4. And 2 of them were called Scudamon.
Yep.
This is, of course, a little bit better than the red Scudamon. But just barely.
Just barely. Yeah.
Believe it or not. That red Scudamon is a beast. But this Scudamon is great. We're going to be playing Legend Arms Digimon by an effect every time we're out of the breeding area.
Right.
And so that's what it is. A card that I have been waiting for forever, and I've lost the 4th copy of it. This is the greatest promo of all time.
This is what inspired you to kind of...
The promo Zubamon.
This is the new one.
This is the new one.
Yeah.
You have to understand the fear in my heart when the Zubamon Sun and Moon loop deck was invented in Japan. I was like, they're going to hit my boy. They're going to restrict the best card in a bad deck, and it's going to just crush my soul. Luckily, Prohibited Pairs got us around that. So if you don't know, this card is on play. You can tuck it under one of your Digimon. If it's a legend, and then you reveal top 3 cards of your deck and reorder them. If it's a Legend Arms Digimon, gain 2 memory.
Yeah.
So effectively, it's a 1 to play, which is very nice. And then it has inheritable if you're a black or Legend Arms, which we always are.
Yeah.
Gain raid.
Oof.
So we're finally getting keywords in this deck besides blocker and reboot.
Raid on a rookie.
Which is very, very nice.
Yeah.
This card is tremendous. Not only that, its memory gain does not specify your turn. So in the same way that decks were abusing this for the Zubamon loop, if we can play this on our opponent's turn, we can potentially steal the turn back.
Yep.
So that is incredibly nice. And I love this card, and thank you, Bandai, for letting us play with 4 of it. Part of the reason I love this deck so much are the Structure Deck 13 rookies.
Yeah.
The Ludomon and
Tia.
the Zubamon.
Oh, T is the 4.
Tia is the 4. We'll get to that in a sec. These cards are hilarious. So let's say we promote a rookie turn 2, and we play this for 3. They both say on play, tuck this Digimon under one of your opposite color or Legend Arms Digimons to reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a play cost of 7 or lower, play it.
Yeah.
It's so fun to just promote a rookie, play a rookie, and for whatever reason, there's a level 5 staring at you. I love that a lot.
So such an interesting starter deck too, because it was kind of intimidating for new players to pick up and play because it like pull out the level 3, and it's like I don't know if there's a level 3 with that much text on it in the game other than those.
On top of it, these cards are errated. Little known fact. It says you may. It is not you may. You have to commit.
Yeah.
Which is another thing I like about this deck. It's like once you're in, it's go time, baby. Let's start rolling the dice and see what we get.
Let's get to that mega.
Only difference between these two is Ludomon is inherited blocker. Zubamon is inherited when attacking. Pop a 3K. Popping a 3K a little bit less relevant than the blocker.
Blocker for sure.
This is how bad this deck is, Jesse. We had to go all the way back to BT3 to find our searcher.
Hey, I remember that.
Believe it or not, one of the best searchers in the game.
Yeah.
It was one of the first searchers that flipped 5 and grabbed 2. So it's flip 5, grab a Legend Arms and a Ragna, which is, I mean, even by today's standards, it's very strong.
Yeah.
Obviously, no inheritable. Searchers didn't used to have inheritables.
1K. Sneeze on it, it dies.
All of these rookies are 1K, by the way. So opponents swinging with rookies, they're going to live all the time. But we do have our beast 2K rookie, and that is the Spadamon.
Oh, I thought you didn't play this card.
Yeah, this card is terrible. But it has to go in because it's another Legend Arms Digimon.
It is, yeah.
And it's a 1 to Evo. For those of you who've been following with EX6 reveals, all of the card art has Zubamon, Ludomon hanging out with Spadamon. So until we get that new Spadamon in EX6, this guy stays in the deck as a 1-of, just out of pure love and admiration for the tribe. That being said, it is de-digivolve, which is always nice. And then it is, when attacking, it has search. People were using this in Crossheart for some reason. I'm not sure why. It has to go in this deck because he's the homie.
I remember the fire in your eyes when those lists would get published.
Oh, yeah. So that's it for the rookies. We're running a lot of them because they're the best cards in the deck.
Sure.
We'll jump into the level 4s, which is somewhat of a sore spot. The first is the Zuba Eager. They have the same effect as the Zubamon and the Ludomon, but different resolution. So this one is when you tuck it, delete a 5K.
Oh, okay.
And another weak point in the deck, it has the same exact inheritable. So delete a 3K.
So why double up? Yeah.
So you can delete 2 3Ks, which is terrific.
Good for the mirror.
Good for the mirror. That's right. And effect floodgates are problematic, so it's pretty good. Then we've got the Tealudamon. This is the same effect. Tuck it to give something reboot.
The structure decks as well.
Yeah, it's a structure deck card. And then again, inherited blocker. So if we're stacking our Ludamon on top of our Tealudamon, we have 1 inheritable. But if you can go red-black, that's very nice. We are playing 1 more level 4 in the deck, and that is, again, the BT3 Tealudamon. This is another card that is not very good. It has no text on it, so it has no on-play, no in digivolving. And then its inheritable is only online once we're into Ragnaloard. But it is a Legend Arms Digimon, and it's slim pickings. Originally, this was just the 4 and 4 level 4s, then we were straight into 5s.
Yeah.
But it's really tough to
really
not
tight,
have that. The other bad thing about this card is it only evos on top of Ludomon, and Spadamon.
Won't go on those
because it doesn't count. These are red.
didn't do that back then.
Yeah,
Basil.
we didn't do that back
That's not how it worked.
But it's a Legend Arms Digimon, so there we go.
Fair.
Now let's get into some good cards. The first is the Raiji Ludamon. The level 5s in the starter deck are actually really strong. So this one simply says, on your opponent's turn, it can't be deleted by effects. So that's really nice for your purple and red matchup and some black matchups, which is very good. And then end of turn Jogress. That is the most important part. Which is why we're also sticking with 4 of the structure deck Doramon.
Yeah.
This one is also very strong. It lets you go into a Legend Arms level 6 reduced by 1. So we're going into Bryway Ludramon for 3 and Durandamon for 2, which is very, very nice. And then again, end of turn Jogress.
Gotcha.
Speak of the devil, we'll jump into the armor level 6. That is the Bryway Ludramon. This is, again, going to the casino. Once you Evo into this, you flip 3 and play something that costs 7 or less among them.
Oof.
So if we get the Ludomon, that's great. We're going to play another thing, the Ludomon or the Zubamon. If we get this Zubamon, it's even better because we're going to rearrange our deck for our next play as well as gain that memory back. Spadamon is great. These two are whatever. Or if we play another level 5, then we can threaten Ragnalord.
You're about to boogie.
About to boogie. And then when you tuck something underneath this card, it gains immunity from bouncing, bottom decking, and deletion effects.
That's a lot.
So it is pretty sticky, but you basically have to tuck something underneath it every turn to maintain that immunity. We'll jump into the Durandamon, the weapon of the two. This one has a similar effect. It's when attacking, flip 3, and then play something 7 cost or less. And then when you tuck something underneath, gain 3k and security attack +1. So the scary part of this card is if you miss on your when attacking, you're swinging 11k 1 check. Oof. But if you hit, you're swinging 14k 2 checks. So that's sort of the gamble.
It's value.
As well as if you hit the Zubamon off of that effect, you're going to swing, tuck it, gain 2 memory, and then you're a 14k raid, which is very, very strong. And then from there, once you have assembled Ragnaloardmon and Durandamon, you can bring out Ragnaloardmon,
the boss monster.
This card is so good that people are going out of the way to play it in a bunch of different decks.
Me included.
We most recently saw it in Machine Dramon at the national tournament.
Yep.
People were playing this in Ultimate Cups with War Greymon and Dobrikmon, with Flame Dramon end of turn DNA. This card, you've seen it on our channel with Hawkmon, with the Hawkmon end of turn DNA.
That is a crazy list. If you haven't checked out that list, guys, go check out the
that is a much better use of this card. In this deck, if we get into Ragnalord, it's stronger than in other decks because we have the Ragnaloardmon and Durandamon inheritable. This Durandamon gives it immunity to options checked in security. Yeah. And Ragnaloardmon gives it immunity from Digimon effects. Yep. So at the end of the day, if we're into Ragnaloardmon, we're a 15k blocker that doesn't check security options, that is unaffected by Digimon effects, and has reboot, has whatever, de-digivolve, search, raid, whatever the case.
Pretty much
so
every
if
keyword.
we can get there, it's quite good.
Yeah.
Getting there is the tricky part. It's so tricky that we had to put in one of the old Ragnaloardmon.
The
OG. This card is clearly worse than the other Ragnaloardmon.
But it's so much fun to get into it for free.
But it is. If we get into Ragnaloardmon and we play out the Zubamon to keep the turn, and we have the Durandamon in hand, we're straight into a 14k Digimon. We didn't delete anything like this Ragnaloardmon. We didn't trash any security. But at the end of the day, it is a 14k blocker that's unaffected by Digimon effects.
And it's huge.
Which is quite good. As well as it's security attack +1 and reboot.
It doesn't cost you anything.
and it's for free. So it's the other one, basically.
A 3-cost Evo level 7 was wild back in the day. I put that in Machine Dramon in my first builds of Machine Dramon.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
This is the pivotal point in the deck because this is what changes the boys from the men.
Okay.
If you're watching this, we're recording this, it's Monday. You're watching this at some point in the future. At that point, there could have been a reveal of Legend Arms Memory Boost. And I'm holding out strong for that card.
I am too.
If that hasn't come, I understand. And if it hasn't come, we're sticking with this. The Legend Arms Alliance. A 4-cost option that's red-black that has no way to ignore color requirements. So we have to have red and black. When you play this card, play a 7-cost or less Legend Arms Digimon for free, and then rearrange the top 4 cards of your deck to the top or the bottom. This is the make the best out of a bad situation kind of a card.
I call that card From Master to Alliance.
From Master to Alliance, yeah. It's much worse than Master to Disciple. But out of security, it does activate all your on plays, and then it goes to your battle area. So basically, it's kind of like, I hope they hit it out of security kind of a card.
Yeah.
But real quick, I do want to mention a couple of cards that would make this deck a lot better. The first is Black Memory Boost. This deck is mostly black. There are a few red cards, but Black Memory Boost would be quite good. People playing Structure Deck Izzy is also quite good.
Structure Deck Izzy, which one is that?
Or not structured, the one that rearranges, the setter that rearranges the top three if they're all black, gain one.
Yeah.
That card is quite good. People are playing Dorumon, the Alphamon rookie that gains memory when you tuck one.
Yeah.
That is also quite good. People are playing Black or Greymon because it's red and black. That is also good.
Red Tie was always a staple in that
Red
deck
Tie
too.
is very good.
Yeah.
There are a lot of cards that could go in here. Gravity Crush could go in here and make it better.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
But that's not what I'm here for, everyone. What I'm here for is the Tribal Ragnalord deck.
I love it.
And when it comes to the Tribal Ragnalord deck, it doesn't get any better than this.
This is as good as it gets.
This is as good as it gets.
This is min-maxed within parameters.
Within Legend Arms parameters.
Yeah.
Deck profile update coming in EX6.
I love it. I love it. All right, thanks guys for joining us on this journey through Basil's mind, and we have tons more content coming. We're at the tail end of EX5 because it's been that whole 3-week period.
Yeah, for sure.
So stay tuned. We already have BT15 decks testing in the works, and we got a lot of stuff coming for you guys in the next few weeks. So check us out, like, comment, subscribe, check out the Insta, and we'll see you guys in the next one.